I've just finished reading Send Flowers by Emily Buchanan, and this is what I thought of it. So we've got our main character Fiona. She is absolutely drowning in a deep pit of grief after her boyfriend Ed dies really brutally in what was meant to be a peaceful climate change protest. The UK is in the midst of an almost apocalyptic heatwave, yet Fiona is refusing to leave the house that she shared with Ed. She doesn't know how to go on without him. She has been neglecting their cat Brian. She's allowed all of their treasured houseplants to die. And she just doesn't know what to do. She's dealing with this PTSD of witnessing his death, and then her mum turns up. She catnaps Brian. She's taken him back to her home in Scotland until Fee gets better. And then her boss, Travis, is piling on the pressure for her to return to her influencing life. So there's an unexpected knock at the door, and she finds a bonsai tree of Ed's favourite plant, the yew tree, left on her doorstep with a note simply saying, "I'm sorry." And she becomes convinced that this tree is Ed reincarnated, and he's come to her to get her to sort her life out. He leads her back to Scotland to make amends with lost friends and her estranged father, but also to the heart of a massive climate change movement where Fee has to decide if she's brave enough to take a stand for what Ed lost his life for. This is one of the most unique books I've ever read. The message behind the story is quite clearly pointing us toward the fact that climate change is a real issue that we need to stand up and shout about. But the way that the author depicts the grief that Fiona is experiencing is so raw, honest, and real that it almost becomes a character within itself. The honesty that this is written with does create some really quite humorous moments that you feel like you can really identify with, which does add a bit of light relief to what is otherwise a pretty intense roller coaster of emotions. Fiona's journey through her isolation at the beginning to reconnecting with the friends that she's lost touch with since she lost Ed and her estranged father, and finding new friends that form a community around her, absolutely rips out your heart, stamps all over it, and then puts it back together piece by piece. This was such a beautifully written novel, covers some pretty deep and pertinent topics through a flawed and very human character in Fee, which just serves to make it all the more relatable to the reader. It's got a steady build up to the nail-biting final few chapters, and the fact that the dystopic environment it is set in is not actually too far removed from reality adds a slight element of fear that really shakes you up into wanting to do your part to stop climate change and avoid this possible future. Without doubt, 5-star read for me. Book I think everybody needs to read, and a massive thanks to Verve for sending me this finished copy.